Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you. He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every lap, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment.
Alright, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV to come your way. The last one for our racing. We started off the Knuckleheadz 5 races over 3 days with the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks Kevin Plumbing European Modifieds. Yesterday was the Wayne's World Arse Racing Series, along with the Shula Racing Series. Today, Knuckleheadz presents the Motowear International Limited Late Models. We are at, where are we? Kokomo, USA, for the Kokomo Speedway round of this limited late model battle. Let's get down to the track. Still a few minutes left in practice, about 4 minutes left. We might be able to see who's got the quick time. who's running at what at the moment. 12.376 is quick time. Brett Vanderwood 12.868 is his previous time. There does seem to be a few times a little bit quicker than that. 12.7s, 12.5s I can see there as well. A few 13s. But looks like we've got 14 drivers today. Brett Vanderwood, Brian Angel, Chris Standridge, Kelly McKellen, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, DV Runkle, Dan's here, yes! The 000. Is he out on the track? He's not out on the track. Dawson Potter's here, Travis McDonald, Vaughn Mead, Chris Perotta is returning to do it all over again with us. So a good field here today, guys and girls. Set up ready to go. We've only got about 3 minutes before we get on over to our heat racing action. We'll have a Consi tonight, 15 laps, a 50-lap feature race as well. How is everyone? Tuesday night in the States, Wednesday morning in Australia, middle of the week already for me. Have a Kokomo. I wonder if that's intentional. Must be. Chad Puttable still stuck at work. Good luck, fellas. Wish I was out there with you. We wish you were out there too, Chad. But keeping us safe. We appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for the like, Thomas. Hello yourself, brother. Welcome in. Some great limited late model action. Yeah, unfortunately, Chad not racing tonight, Thomas, but appreciate you checking in. We won't dox Chad, even though obviously his name's there, but we know Chad's got some important job. He has an important job to do. There's a couple of jobs actually, and keeps us all safe in some format or another. So thank you. But we do wish you out on the track. Dan Runkle, welcome in, brother. I'm so happy to see that name on the leaderboard there. Kokomo, the bane of my career. Let's see how this goes. Come in with no expectations, brother, and then all you can do is improve from there. Good luck. Alright, looks like we've got to jump on over to qualifying now. Let's see who can actually set some quick times. Mikey Mixter, Kelly McKellen, the first two cars out there. Looks like Chris Standridge, Wayne Bridges, Jonathan Foxworth. Also out there, Mike Davis. We don't have a track map though, so we don't get to see that situation, so we'll just watch it play out on our screens. You see a lot of the cars in pink or with the breast cancer pin on them. It is October. That is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and we are certainly supporting that cause, or as we call it, Save the Tartars. I've said it before and I'll say it again, my two biggest favourite cause, my two favourite things in the world, boobs and people not having cancer. Definitely something I can get behind. My mother recently beat breast cancer, yeah, definitely something that close and personal to my heart at least. 12861 Wayne Bridges is our quick time driver at the moment with a 12871 for Jonathan Foxworth. 12876 for Brett Vanderwood. There is literally 1.015 of a second between first and third. Von Mead slides in with a 12887, 12901 for Josh Roberts, pushing Chris Standridge out of that top five with a 12947. Brian Angel 12963. 13075 for Dawson Potter, 13141 Mikey Mixon. Mike Davis with the 13169 and the 13190 for Kellen McKellen. Still waiting on Dan Runkle, Travis McDonald, and Chris Perotta to get some times up on the screen. There he is there, the 000, Dan Runkle. Oh, is my training pants working? Sure that does work. Chris Perotta, whoops. 12861 will be our quick time Wayne at Bridges. Jonathan Fox with Brett Vanderwood. Oh, so close. That'll be our first three pole position starters in our three heats. So Chris might have, I was going to say, might have hit the wall, not been able to register a time, but no, 13.145. We'll slot him above Mike Davis and Kellen McKellen. As Dawson and Kelly, thanks for the like and share, boys. Appreciate it. Good luck out there. Got a minute and a half to go in the qualifying time. Everyone has qualified. Looks like all the laps have been done. Looks like we're kicking over. Nope, I thought we were kicking over. I thought I saw a checkered flag in my eyes, but no, I didn't. All right, there we go. We've rolled through the entire qualifying at time. I still had a bit of coffee left. I thought I finished it. Been a bit upset then. You can, oh, no more coffee, but nope. Here we go. Got about a mouthful or two left. Probably one good one. Okay, so yes, my trading paints isn't working properly because Dan's just sent me a message stating his ride for the night, and it's not the ride that I saw on the screen. So let me just quickly close Trading Panes and reopen it. Which means we may have an update on our screens as we're racing, but we'll work with that. All right, our first heat. Wayne Bridges, Vaught Mead, Brian Angel, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis. So Wayne Bridges, hiccups, Von Mead on that front row, Brian Angel and Dawson Potter. Second row, Mike Davis will be on that third and final row. It looks like everything's updated, so I feel like we've got all the right wraps now. So minimize it. There we go. Off we go and racing. Ooh, horrible camera angle though. Let's get that one fixed. So heat one will be very much follow the leader. It is a standard in the heat races. Oh, Von Mead up high. There, Brian Angel able to stay down low. Looks like Von Mead was able to sneak in between Dawson and Brian Angel there and keep that third spot run. Going to challenge Brian Angel for second now. Geez, Von Mead is a quick, all with door-to-door action there. Lost some momentum. The 99 almost into contact there. Was able to get on the anchors pretty quickly. That's going to move Brian Angel back up into second. Von Mead and Dawson Potter battling for third and fourth. It looks like Von is the quicker car, but just can't get that car up the higher line a bit. Six lap heat race here tonight. Should it be 3 heat races in total? Alright, race is done. Let's get those results. Heat 1 up on the board. 5th place, it will be Mo Diggy Murphy's Mike Davis. Mediocre Racing's Von Mead in 4th. KJR's Verio Dawson Potter 3rd. Go to Outlaws, Brian Angel 2nd. But Wayne Bridges will take out the Heat 1 victory. As we jump on over to Heat 2, it's going to be on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts. Dan Runkle and Mikey Mixter. Not updating. Why is it not updating? And Kelly McKellen on that third and final row. Off and racing we go. We'll get back down to our closer racing screens. As Josh Roberts is our race leader with Jonathan Foxworth, Mikey Mixter second and third. Josh up a bit high there. Had to sort of not check it up, but definitely washed off a little bit of speed there. He'd be Runkle, Dan Runkle, Kelly McKellen fourth and fifth. First half of the late heat race done and dusted. Just 2.5 laps to go. Make that 2 to go now. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts, they are still battling it out. Flag lap, we're going to get up to our leader Josh Roberts, watch him get that start finish line. Dan, my paint didn't update again. I've had a lot of problems with that lately. Yeah, so I was just wondering if it was me or you, Dan, because I know that, let me just have a quick look. In the graphics settings, there is an option called, it's like the hide the car numbers, but I can't find it now. But I have that turned on, whereas you may have it set to show car number. And then if I have that option turned on, it won't show your paint for some reason. It's stupid. All right, our third and final heat. Now let's get to the results of heat 2 first, Bob. All right, Callum McKellen from Mo Digging Mafia in 5th. FFM's Dan Runkle 4th. Mikey Mixter 3rd. B-Main Bandit himself, Jonathan Foxworth in 2nd. But J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts takes out our 2nd heat. Who's going to take out our 3rd heat? Why isn't it getting to the cams? There we go. Is it going to be Brett Vanderwood or Chris Sandridge on that front row? Travis McDonald or Chris Perrotta on that 2nd? Let's find out. Go. Geez, that Gotcha Shocks 8 is a nice looking race car, very shiny. Oh, Chris, should have just kept going down under him there, Chris. Wouldn't have had to cut off that speed then. But Chris wanting to stay on his racing line. Travis battling it out pretty hard for 2nd and 3rd spot. Looks like Chris currently has it. Travis wants it. Brett Vanderwood has the ideal position. That is the Heat 3 lead spot. Oh, Travis looks like he's trying to make a little low line move on Chris there. Not going to have enough in it to do it though. Last lap here. Looks like Yoda Outlaws Brett Vanderwood is going to take out victory in Heat 3. There we have it. Privateer Chris Perrotta in 4th. Travis McDonald 3rd. 2nd was our Cast Racing's Chris Standridge. Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws is our victor though. Let's get to our first of 2 at the Waffle House. Currently watching the race. Just got done with volleyball. Excellent. Get them to put it on the big screen if you wouldn't mind, KC. That'd be great. All right, let's get to the grid for our first Consi race before we get to the main event. It's going to be 15 laps. It's going to be Brian Angel and Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Chris Standridge and Dawn Spotter 2nd row. 3rd row is going to be Mikey Mixter and Travis McDonald. 4th row, Von Mead and Dan Runkle. Chris Perrotta and Mike Davis on that 5th row. 6th row, and lane choice Kelly McKellen. Boegum7, we'll go with. Boegum7, thanks for the follow, I appreciate it, brother. Excuse me, we're here with the Knuckleheadz iRacing Leagues Motowear International Limited late models. This is the last race of the racing week. Everything comes back Sunday night American. Alright, 15 laps. We're going to get this one underway in just a moment. Didn't have a yellow. I missed something? No. Alright, no track map makes it tricky to know when they're going to start, but I reckon we're coming into 3 and 4 now. 5 laps in on the Cruisey before we start. The yellow's been delayed again. What is going on? Didn't look like there was a yellow flag at all. See, Kelly McKellen has a crash on the telemetry, but not sure why they've delayed the yellow. It looks like we're off and racing. No, it just says yellow. I'm really confused with what's going on here. We're just getting everyone lined up properly, or? Alright, so the yellow flag's still out. They seem to be racing. I'm not sure what is going on. Just looks like it's Jonathan Fox with Von Mean, Brian Edger. Oh no, there's a few cars back there. Chris Jones, Chris Porter. So Mikey Mitchell, Mike Davis in the pits. Big crash there, but I'm not sure. I don't even know what is going on here. Turned into a demo derby. What's if someone's in the chat can let me know what's going on. I have absolutely no clue. Starting glitch. Thanks you, Brent. In case I'm close, if they should, our boys can hold on to that top spot. I think they're just going to run the Cruisey out and just get straight over onto the feature by the looks of it. I'm not really sure. Big line of cars in the pits. Alright, give me 2 moments. I'm just going to take care of something really quickly. I'll be back in a second while we figure out what's going on. Wayne's making a new race. Looks like the session has buggered up a bit. Let's just go over to the Discord and check in with the boys. All right, who broke what? I'm blaming Chris. Dawson? No, I'm pretty sure from what I could see, Chris broke it. I think it was Chris. Yeah. Could it could be.
Broke it.
All right. Well, the feature's up, so if you guys want to just join the no. All right. So you're going to create a new session. We'll join that open qualifying, and then we'll just get straight to the 50 lap feature. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Awesome.
Just straight into the 50 lap feature.
Yeah, he's going to do open qualifying for probably 3 to 5 minutes, and then he'll go straight to feature. Bob.
Yep. Awesome. All right. I'll let you get that set up. I'll just cut to the loading intro and wait for the session to come up.
All right, guys, how many laps do you think?
All right, so there you heard it, folks. There has been an issue with the session, so we're just going to create a new one, get that one up and running. I'm just going to cut over to the racing intro for now while we do that. Devour Worm, thank you for the jump scare. Appreciate you, brother. Welcome in. We'll be back in about 2 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you. He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for the word. And every year you've given us, this one's for you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz Racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you. He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every lap, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz Racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night.
All right, BobbethTV is back. You know what that means? Mud Mule TV will continue on. We're going to head on over to the Motowear International Limited Late Models feature portion of this race. The boys are just going to get through 5 minutes of practice and then a quick qualifying session, and then we'll get the 50-lap feature run. Devour Worm asks, all good with you, Bob? Yeah, man, everything all good with me. Despite the usual stuff, you know, getting old, etc., etc. But no, I'm great, man. How about yourself? In fact, I'll be back in just a moment. Just going to a quick 2-minute break. Hey guys, still here. Just checking out. So Casey's you on mute, Bob? Question. Now, just taking a quick break while the boys do the qualifying and practice sessions, to get something quickly done while I wait. Oh, we don't have the best times up though, so let's get those up. There we go. Josh Roberts, Dawson Potter, Chris Standridge, Michael Mixter, Brian Andrew, Callum McKellen, Wayne Bridges. Those sneaks on in the middle. But yeah, I'll be back in about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. All right, qualifying done and dusted. Oh, it looks like they're going to run us through the heat races again. I'm confused. So we're racing the entire lobby. I thought it was just going to go straight through to... Okay. double the racing tonight. All right, Heat 1 is going to be Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, and Dan Runkle. Kelly McKellen will be on that third and final row. Oh, racing's on mute, though. I didn't realise that. Whoops. So we're going straight to the feature, but no. But I did take that little break. Oh, Mr. Vera Worms comment. Not too bad at all, mate. Just back home from chilling with friends. Yeah, chilling with friends is always a fun time. The other week I spent 5 days straight with Shrub God. We went over to PAX Australia in Melbourne. That was so much fun. The Arcade Expo. Off we go, Heat 1. Now let's talk about the racing of Bob. So, yeah, the Outlaws. Brett Vanderwood trying to catch up. Travis McDonald there, he's in second. Travis first. He's got Wayne Bridges down. Runkle, Kelly McKellen. Oh, Kelly McKellen down low near that tyre. Holy jeez. Excuse moi. Kelly McKellen might have crashed. Now we have track map. Okay, that's so weird. I am confused, fuddled. Dan Runkle currently in third. There he is. There's got Wayne Bridges just under him, trying to catch up, cut that distance down, while he tries to close that 1 second distance between himself and Brett Vanderwood. Only a lap to go, so you've got to think this is how everyone is going to finish. That is it. Heat 1 done. If you think a bit of deja vu, we've done all this before. We did, but we had a bit of a race issue, so now the boys are running it all back again. Kelly McKellen from Motowear Mafia, 5th. Wayne Bridges in 4th. Oh, he comes always at the worst time. Dan Runkle from FFM in 3rd. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood 2nd, but our race winner, Travis McDonald. Let's get to the grid for Heat 2. It's going to be Jonathan Foxworth and Joshua Roberts on that front row. Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, second row. Chris Perotta will be on that third and final row. Oh, wait, did I do the grid? Did I do the grid? I don't know if I did the grid. We'll just do the grid. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts front row. Dawson Potter, Mike Davis second. Chris Perotta is on that third and final row. Come on, Bob. Catch up. Stupid. Right, off we go. Heat 2. Motor International Limited late models. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Josh Roberts and the race screen. Josh Roberts and Jonathan Foxworth battling up the front, but Dawson Potter coming along that low line to enter into this battle. Jonathan Foxworth's our race leader. Josh getting very close to that wall. Looks like Dawson able to close that distance a little bit there. Is he able to come through the turns nicely? Let's see, he's a bit low. Not able to really close that gap between himself and Josh Roberts. White flag lap is here. The B main bandit, Jonathan Foxworth's going to hold on and take out heat 2. Excuse-moi. There we go, heat 2 done and dusted. All right, Chris Potter in 5th. Moody Murphy's Mike Davis 4th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 3rd. J&J Motorsports Josh Roberts finished 2nd, but the B main bandit himself, Jonathan Foxworth, will take out heat 2 and line up on the front row. Are they going to do the whole thing, or is it Consi then? Let's have a look. What's in the rules? No, we'll go straight to our feature after the heats. Okay. Heat 3 is going to be Von Mead and Chris Standridge on that front row. Brian Angel and Mikey Mixter on that second row, but it doesn't look like Von Mead is out there actually. Right, off we go. Chris Standridge, Brian Angel, Mikey Mixter, 3-car heat. No, 4. Von Mead was in the pits. Oh, Chris Standridge, Brian Angel, a little bit of contact. Chris trying to check it up so he doesn't come into contact with some of these other cars. Von Mead is going to catch up to that pack pretty quickly, but the 36 is 3 laps down due to that start from the pits. Go down, was Brian Angel, though, race leader. Mikey Mixter and Chris Standridge having a pretty big battle back there. I can see on the track map. Let's see if we can't get that on our screens. Camera does not want to get. There we go. Well, that one got done quickly. Whoever's moderating, thank you very much. I saw the message pop up in the corner of my eyes, looked at it to see what it was, and saw the cheap viewers dot thingy, and it was gone. Stream Elements got it. Nice work, Stream Elements. You're working for once. P3 done and dusted. The checkered flag out. Results are as follows. Miyoko Racing's Von Mead finishing in 4th. Mikey Mixter 3rd. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge 2nd. The Yoda Outlaws Brian Angel will take the 3rd and final heat victory as we line up for our 50-lap main event. It's going to be Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth on that front row. Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood, Yoda Outlaws teammates side by side on that second row. Josh Robertson, Chris Standridge, 3rd row. 4th row is going to be Dan Runkle and Dawson Potter. 5th row is going to be Mikey Mixter and Wayne Bridges. 6th row, Mike Davis and Von Mead. Behind them will also be Callum McKellen and Chris Perotta, 14-car field. Thank you for the like, Dan. Good luck out there. Looks like Travis has rear of field, so the inside line will promote up one. 50 laps. Kokomo Speedway. Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motowear International Limited late models. This is the last race of the racing week. They will return Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian to do it all over again. 5 races, 3 days. House as we get this 50 lap feature started. Our main event is here. We're about 10 minutes behind where we were, but no big deal. The racing is live. Fine Angela race leader. Jonathan Fox was second. Josh Roberts and Brett Vanderwood third and fourth. Mikey Mixer's in there as well. Mike Davis, Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Callum McCallum, Von Mead 6 to 10, 11 to 14. Chris Perotta, Travis McDonald, Chris Dandridge, Dan Runkle. Very tightly packed in that midfield pack run there, about halfway in, 7th and 8th spot. Oh, for 48, Callum McCallum. Bit of contact, he's gotten loose, avoided the tyre and any other car contact, which is awesome. That's going to keep it green. As we keep this race running, he's just going to have to rebuild that speed. No, we're not. The 8 is going to get turned around by the 36. That will bring out our first portion of the night, lap 5. Looks like the start of the lineup, double wide. Looks like single file behind them all, but Jonathan Fox was like, nope, I'm starting up front. All right, back to the racing action we go. Lap 6 of 50, still a lot of racing still to come. Brian Angel, Jonathan Fox with Josh Roberts, Mikey Mixon, Mike Davis. Dawson Potter, Wayne Bridges, Travis McDonald, Chris Denrick, Dan Ruckle, Brett Vanderwood, Chris Perotta, Callum McCallum, Von Mead is the 14 car field. We are racing again. Oh, yep, no, I thought I was on mute for a second there. We are racing again. Looks like, no, Brett Vanderwood has a crash yellow flags come out. Let's have a quick look at that. My attention back on the racing here. Almost if that infield tyre came up the track, thought that was going to be it, but so far so good. Oh no, there it is there, the 92 just getting into him. It's on the replay screen, my bad. Kenneth at McLean, thanks for the like. Poor Brendan's getting used up out there. Yeah, the Outer Outlaws boys are becoming quite competitive, and it's starting to show in terms of the racing, the battles out there. So we can see straight away. Oh, 44 Dawson Potter up into the wall, but we can see the Outer Outlaws driver. I think it's Brian Angel. No, he's our racing leader. It might have been Brett Manwood actually. All right, lining up. Looks like this one might actually be a single file lineup. Brian Angel, Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Dan Runkle, Mikey Mixter, Chris Perrotta, Chris Sanders, Kelly McKellen, Von Mead, Brett Vanderwood, Wayne Bridges, Josh Roberts. As we get this one back underway, we'll get down to the race cams. Lap 15 of 50. Lap 20 of 50. Jonathan Foxworth, our current race leader, with Brian Angel in second. Dawson Potter battling Brian Angel, moving him to third, and he moves up into second as we watch this battle take place. Travis McDonald right there behind them. Bit of carnage on the track to raise the stakes. Yeah, it's limited late models. In terms of the late model series, they are obviously the lower end of the cars, but geez, these guys have put on a show every week in them. It is a hard-fought competition as we come up on the halfway mark of this battle almost. There are 23 laps in, 27 still to come. Me, Josh Roberts, Kelly McKellen, that is 10th, 11th and 12th there. We do see Chris Perrotta, and I think that's Mikey Mixter up ahead just battling it out. It is. As we move up to 28 laps in, 23 still to come. Lap 30 of 50 as this one's green flag run continues. Fox still our race leader. Dawson Potter there in second. Travis McDonald third. Brian Angel and Chris Andrews fourth and fifth. No, Chris falls into the sixth spot. Dan Runkle moves up to fifth. 6 to 10. Chris Andrews, Micah Davis, Brett Vanderwood, Mikey Mixon, Von Mead. 11 to 14. Chris Pryor, Josh Roberts, Wayne Bridges, and Kelly McKellen. Caution out. Let's have a look at there. Scroll up. There it is. All right, let's have a look at Mr. Dan Runkle was our caution here in the 000 machine. Just up into the wall brings out our latest caution. Reset our field. Off and racing again, lap 36 of 15, just 15 still to call, 14 now still to come. As we get down to the race itself, Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, see Chris Stanrich and Brian Angel just racing their way into that podium run. Out. So Wayne Bridges, Kelly McKellen, this one, the 92 and the 40, no, the 92 and the 48. I'll get the numbering right, not the 42 there. It's Josh Roberts, Chris Pryor up ahead of them. A bit of contact from the 42 and the 92, but there's Kelly McKellen, the 48, just coming in and just not able to avoid Wayne Bridges' race car. That will bring out our, let's get a count going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th yellow flag for this race. Not a lot of laps left in it. It's going to be 10 to go when we get this one back underway. And racing it we go. The main bandit Jonathan Foxworth doing a great job here in this race lead. He does have Josh Roberts. No, that's Dawson Potter, sorry, the 44, not the 42. Behind him with Travis McDonald, Chris Standridge, as well as Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood, the Yoda Outlaws boys, holding the 5th and 6th spots. They are coming. Just 5 remain in this battle. Foxwood, Dawson, Travis McDonald still our top 3. It looks like Dawson and Travis are going to battle it out. And so it's Chris, it seems. Let's try and get to that. Mikey Mixter and Chris Perotta, Ella McKellen. Flag lap. Let's get up to Jonathan Foxworth's car here. He has earned this run. Travis McDonald has gotten past Dawson Potter and moved himself up into 2nd. But he is not going to have enough race left in him, I believe, to get past Jonathan Foxworth as we come down that low line. He is going to give it a run as .015. Holy shit. That was a close finish. Oh my God. See if that will be any closer. I know we had a close finish yesterday, and once we got to the actual official result, it was even closer than what it presented on this screen. So let's have a look. The other way around. All right, so Kellen McKellen for Modigga Mafia in 14th. Wayne Bridges finished 13th. Dan Runkle for FFM in 12th, Mikey Mixer 11th, J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 10th, Chris Perotta in 9th, Mediocre Racing's Von Mead 8th, 7th, Modigga Mafia's Mike Davis, Yoda Outlaws, Brian Angel and Brett Vanderwood secured 6th and 5th, Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 4th, Dawson Potter for KHR in 3rd, Travis McDonald 2nd, but the B-Main Bandit gets the job done. And takes out the Motor International Limited late models here at Kokomo Speedway. Let's get some information up on our screens here. Make sure the interview room is open. It is. Excuse moi. All right, we'll just jump in the winners booth and we'll await the arrival of our winner here tonight, the B-Man Bandit himself, Jonathan Foxworth. There is that god-awful Halloween notification. I really should learn how to change that. It does annoy me a little bit, but congratulations, man. After what was a bit of a hiccup, we had to restart the race again. Initially, I thought it was just going to be open qualifying and then straight into that 50-lapper. But no, the boys decided you were going to run heats as well. You were able to secure that second heat, get that front row start, and that was pretty much the battle for the rest of the night. 5 or 6 restarts, but you kept Travis, you kept Dawson, you kept those guys behind you that mattered. How you feeling? How's the knuckles? They still white?
Oh yeah, I'm a little shaken, but I mean, that was a wheels up or elbows up race.
Yeah, definitely a head down, bum up type of thing. It looked like no one had any reprieve whatsoever. Like it's normally one of those things where I can sort of jokingly say, you need to throw Dawson or Chris at fiver for battling the other guys to keep them sort of, their mind off of the track. But I don't think there was a single person that wasn't being challenged in that race. If second was challenging first, it was because fourth was challenging third, and so on and so forth. And there were some great battles across the line. We had, even if we started at the rear of the field, Mikey Mixter and Dan. Sorry, not Mikey Mixter and Josh Roberts. There was about 0.15 between them. You and Travis. You and Travis on that finish line. It says 0.4042 now, but live it was 0.15 of a second. Like, there was just so. I don't know how you got that nose over the line. It must have just been like literally the flap of the panel or something, because it was so damn close on that run. We also had, I think there was another one I did see on the battle there. No, it looks like it's stretched out a little bit more, but yeah, like the Yoda Outlaws boys, once they teamed up, they were coming through the field. I don't want to say if it was a longer race, it might have gone different because it's 50 laps, but I think if there were less cautions, if the guys were able to sort of keep it a bit more green, it could have been a very, very different outcome because, yeah, like I say, there was no let up. There was no sort of, the only let up you did have was on the pacing, really.
Yeah, about the time I would get in my rhythm, would a caution would come out, and so then it was back to playing defense for a couple laps, and then kind of hit your marks going in. And I was watching my relative, and I seen where Travis got past Dawson, and then he come into my mirror from the bottom. And I was like, okay, he's running the bottom, but I got the top rolling too good. So I was like, well, we're gonna see what happens. And when it said 2 to go, and I was seeing that he was 0.1, I was like, well, I got to play blocker. So he's gonna have to work for this one. But when I went low too late, and I hit that little bump, and then it kind of like bogged a little bit because these cars you got to keep the momentum up. So, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna hold it to the floor and hope it sticks.
Now, how was the tyre wear going? Were you sort of managing that versus the slick and stuff well? I mean, I know up front it's kind of hard to run any reserve or to not give it, 100% almost. But what was it like towards the end? Do you feel like you sort of paced the car out well?
Uh, yeah, I mean the first probably 10 laps I was letting off and letting it roll, just rolling the top, and then, but then once that first long green flag run that we had, I'd
Hmm.
kind of just pace myself. I really wasn't pushing it too hard because I didn't want to knock the spoiler off or get damage or whatever. And I know everybody was saying people were hitting the wall, so I tried to move down a half a car so I wasn't so far up against the wall.
Yeah,
But then you had to play. Then you had to play it right. That even if you entered low, that you had to get the car rotated because a couple of laps I would kind of move down, and the car kind of had a push. So then you right back to trying to figure out the line again.
yeah. No, look, and that was something I was going to call out. I did notice that it seemed a bit weird in that the cars. So obviously for the viewers at home, when a car sort of sets in the corner, they come in and they set that angle, turn right to go left, so that they can sort of slide through the turns. And it looked like some of the cars would sort of sit straight for a little bit longer than they normally would, and then would set. So if you were trying to sort of set it so that you were close to the wall but not quite, that little delay was sort of making that angle sort of come up. We'd see the cars sort of not necessarily hit the wall; they would tap it, wouldn't lose a lot of speed or momentum, but it does upset that run. It sort of you do have to sort of it is two steps forward, one step back. And a couple of the cautions did come from. We saw some really great recoveries actually as well. A couple of door-to-doors or guys getting right on that anchor to avoid any contact, and some getting loose, but managing to keep it green, which was quite good. And I think that attributed to that long green flag run in the middle there that really sort of started to set the pace and allowed like the Yoda Outlaws boys to make their move up. It allowed Chris, Dawson, Travis to sort of try and battle for that top 3 spot. Like they did. It was a great race. We even had it, sort of called out in the chat. The limited late models, traditionally, like on paper, would not be what people would consider a popular or fun series to watch. Most people would be like, I'd rather pros or at the most supers. But like yesterday with the R series with the midgets, you guys just have this way of making any car, any track combo racy, competitive, and fun to watch. Are the limiters something that you sort of like to focus on? Or are you more of a pro super driver?
Pros and supers.
Yep.
These are like driving dump trucks.
At least you said dump truck and not a boat, which is the other common one we normally hear. A lot of the guys that I sort of raced up with, the beginnings of the Mud Mule sort of brand and things, they were teaching me to race limiteds, and it was sort of like I was always behind the 8 ball on it because they were all in pros trying to get me into limiteds, and by the time I sort of got the hang of the limiteds, they'd moved up to supers, so they were sort of like, no, come on, we'll show you pros now, and it's sort of like, I want to sort of, I like to learn and then master, not learn and then move on to the next, challenge type of thing. So it's always been pros, even pros. I still struggle with.
To me, these are harder to drive than the dirt street stocks, but that's just me.
Yep.
But yeah, when I caught that traffic early in the middle of the race, I keyed up and I told Mr. Wayne, I was like, hey, just run your line. I'm just going to ride behind you because I knew if we stayed right there, nobody could try to throw a slider or, I was basically using Mr. Wayne as a blocker in front of me. So just in case somebody wanted to throw something, it ended up taking out 3 cars instead of just me. So
just you. Yep.
But yeah, this league's fun. We have a good time running anything. So it's glad to get second win of the season.
No, it's always good. We had Dawson get his first one at the start of the week. You picking up your second one, and we've talked about it. You and Dawson especially in the leveling up. It's sort of like it's normally you would expect to learn a few skills and sort of go from we'll say good to great to excellent. Go through those steps. So you sort of go from good to great, and then it's that new glass ceiling that you've got to sort of work through. But lately, you boys have just been just smashing each one as it goes. It's sort of it's one of those a joke where people say I taught you everything you know, but not everything I know. You guys are teaching everyone everything like it's no one's holding back in terms of, well, I'm going to keep this trick to myself. It's no, people are sharing information. The open qualifying sessions allow you to sort of get a better look at what happens, and people aren't gatekeeping that info, and it's making these races so much each week we never know who's going to be in that top 5. Anyone can win it. We might have 6 or 7 sort of continuous winners throughout the season, but that top 5, you could never, you'd be hard pressed to get 3 of the 5 cars correct in each race, calling it out, because it's just anything can and will happen in the race. And like we saw tonight, there's so many different competitors for that top 5. I tell you what, that 4 to 7 was probably the hot spot. That's where all the real hard racing was, because that seemed to be the gap in the field where we talk about race speed, where you guys catch up to everyone, but having that extra speed left behind to get past him is pretty tricky. It's pretty hard, especially in a 50 lapper where your tyres have started to sort of waste away. Well, not much long to go in the season. I think we've only got about 2 months remaining, and I know the boys, speaking of, are already putting a poll out talking about the next upcoming season and the formats and stuff like that. So it's we're not going to wish the season away yet, but it's exciting to know that the next one's just around the corner as we come up to the end of the 2025 season for this one. Look, you've got bragging rights till Sunday night, actually for the week really, till we get to the limited late models again next Tuesday night US, Wednesday morning Australian, but Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian. We will be back to do it all over again. The KP Plumbing Services, UMP Mods, the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We wish you all the best with any racing you might have in the meantime. Oh, we know there's the race tomorrow. I might actually even see you out on the track if you do the Super Speedway non-broadcast competition. So that one, I might even try and stream my race, actually, stream it from the cockpit. We'll have to wait and see. But I should see you out on the track for that, my man. But until then, until next week, we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. That part, obviously, completely up to you. But before we let you go, friends, family, and sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out to?
My wife for, taking care of the house and getting everybody in bed and doing all that while I jump on here to hang out with all you guys, and MTR Farms, Little Cochran Hobbies, uh, Mac Tools, Brown Heating and Air, and Quick Time Designs and KHR for putting on a league for all of us to come hang out and race and have a good time.
It is my pleasure to broadcast all of that. You guys, as I say, put on an awesome show. 5 races over 3 nights, and it's always exciting, always draws a good crowd. So congratulations yet again on taking out that hard-fought battle. And we'll see you again next week.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
You too. All right, that was the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth, taking out today's victory. All right. That is our racing broadcast for the racing week. We want to thank, let's see, Thomas Dennis, Dawson Potter, Kelly McCullen, Matt Smith, Boyjum 7, I hope I'm saying that right, Dan Runkle, Kenneth McLean. For the shares, the likes, the follows. Devour Worm, Chad Puttable, KC McLean, Brandon Lockmore, Brett Vanderwood, who else do we have in there? Dan Runkle, Thomas Dennis. Thank you all for coming out. Everyone else lurking in the background. Appreciate you all. That's me for the week. I'll see you again Sunday night, US, Monday morning, Australian. You know the drill. My name's Bob. Love you all. Boy. You too, Devour Worm. Thank you, man.